All season, all I've been hearing is, what's your plans for Tuesday and Wednesday? What's happening in Emmerdale? What's happening in EastEnders? And I'll be like, I don't care, I don't watch it. But next season, I am back and I don't want to hear any of that. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel. And the season's almost done. We've got one more game, but we will finish third and we will be getting Champions League football, which is fantastic. I'm over the moon. And not me personally, I'm so happy because all season, all I've been hearing is, what's your plans for Tuesday and Wednesday? What's happening in Emmerdale? What's happening in EastEnders? And I'll be like, I don't care, I don't watch it. But next season, I am back and I don't want to hear any of that. And yes, being in the Champions League is a big achievement, especially when you look at where we were last season. Like, pundits didn't give us a chance to make up the difference to finish even in the top four. They were saying there was no way it's happening. We finished 15th. We scored like 40 goals and we were losing to everybody. And we put all our eggs in the Europa League. We got to the final. And then we all know how that turned out. We got beat by a poor Spurs team. And what makes it even more crazy is you got to look at Spurs. They were in the same situation as us. They finished lower in the league than us. They won the Europa League. And now they're one game away from playing Lincoln Town. That's how big the jump has been from 15th to 3rd. That's what makes it a big thing. But for me personally, getting in the Champions League is a bare minimum for Manchester United because that's we're that club. We need to be in the Champions League every season. And the fact that we're back, I'm so happy. But let's not stop here. Let's not go overboard because there's still work to be done. Even though we finished 3rd, we were still inconsistent. There's still gaps in our squad that needs to be fixed. The manager is still got pressures on, especially Michael Carrick, who deserves a round of applause for getting us Champions League football. But next season, he's got a real tough job. Because you got to remember, this season, the thing that helped us the most is the fact that we were playing one game a season. And we cannot forget, we went out to Grimsby in the Carabao Cup. We went out early in the FA Cup, so we were only playing one game a season. That's why we have to kind of level. We have to be balanced, right? Getting in the Champions League is fantastic. But we have to also be we're still in a building stage. The one thing that I find funny is that I actually think the good times are coming. And I remember Ruben Amorim last season saying, guys, the good times are coming. I just butchered the accent, but that's what he said. The only thing that he got wrong was the good times might be coming, but he's not the guy that's gonna like bring it. Now it seems like it's Carrick that's going to take us forward. And for Ruben Amorim, I'm not really going to throw him under the bus because I think he just wasn't right for Manchester United. His system wasn't right for Manchester United. But he did help us in two ways. One, he made our team fitter. And two, he got rid of some dead wood. The other thing that I will actually hold, I take that back. The one thing I will hold Ruben Amorim for is the fact that we almost lost Kobbie Mainoo. Because of him. Because he said Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro can't play together. So for that, I would hire him and sack him again. In terms of Michael Carrick, he's done a fantastic job. A lot of people are saying it's very similar to Ollie. And to be fair, it is. He's come in. He's done the sensible thing in terms of the setup. We're playing counter-attack football. A lot of players are more happy. But the only thing is, I still don't see control. We don't control games. It's still like a basketball game end to end. And also, he's only playing one game a season. So next season, he is going to have a hard time as well. We're going to find out if he's an Ollie reincarnated or is he the real deal? Because next season, he's got the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Champions League and Premier League to deal with. And the other thing that I would say is the summer is going to be so important for Manchester United, because this season what we've seen is if you get your signings right, you've got a chance to do special things. So next season we have to level up in terms of the signings. They have to be on point, and then we'll see what happens. So going on to the next thing, who's been our best player this season, or best players this season? For me, number one is Bruno Fernandes. It's a no-brainer. I'm even arguing that he should be the player of the year, because this guy has literally took us to third. Like, the number of chances he's creating, the assists, everything he does on the pitch, selfless, like everything he does on the pitch, the way he's always talking, and he's calmed down a lot. So, and he's not spamming balls. So Bruno Fernandes, by far the best player. 20 assists. I don't know however many goals, but he's been our best player by hands down. But also there's other players that I think have had a fantastic season. First, this one is just having a fantastic season just because it's a World Cup year, and that's Luke Shaw. He played 36 games. I can't remember the last time this guy played 20 games in a row. And to be fair, when he's played, he's looked all right. He's done all right. He's done his job. He's scored a goal. Like, he's getting up the pitch. And he defended well, so he's done his job. And next season, I don't know how he'll do 36 games with so many games to be played. But he's had a decent season. The other guy I'd say is the guy that's leaving, that's going to be hard to replace. And that's Casemiro. Casemiro, the last, 18 months, 2 years, he's been probably one of our most consistent players. His leadership, his fight, he's a warrior. And then this season, he's added goals on his final season. And just the way he appreciates, the way he shows his love for the club. You can't hate on the guy, man. You can't hate on him. And then the last two is two new signings. I would have said Mboma, but he did take a dip. The other guy I'm going to say is Matheus Cunha. Even when he's not scoring goals, he's doing something. He's causing chaos. I just love his aura, his shithousery. Like, everything about this guy, he's made for Manchester United. The shirt just fits him right. Then we've got the goalkeeper. And a lot of people that have watched me on this channel last season, or my other previous channel, I spent a lot of time talking about Andre Onana and how shit he was. This guy last time we were in the Champions League, this guy single-handedly basically took us out of the Champions League. Because now we're seeing a goalkeeper that's an actual goalkeeper. He's not the best in the world. He's not a Raya. He's not a Courtois. But what he does is what you want from a goalkeeper. He commands his box. He catches the ball. He makes saves. And then he goes home. That's it. That's all you want from your goalkeeper. And eventually, with time, he's still young. He'll grow. So that's why I think he's been one of our best players. So that's all the positives in terms of players. And then we got to talk about the players that must leave in the summer. The players that didn't do anything this season. Some of the players I'm going to mention, it might be because they've not had game time. Some, they're just not good enough. Simple as that. Right? So the first one, and I just don't think this guy fits Manchester United. I don't know how we got duped into paying 40-odd million for this guy. We paid PSG. We funded PSG to get João Neves. And the guy is Manuel Ugarte. For me, I don't know what he does. He came with this reputation of a guy that gets the ball back and then he passes it. He doesn't do that. He's not press resistant. He has no impact on games. And every time he plays, it's a shit show. The midfield goes missing. And one game that I remember more than any other game is Leeds United. As soon as I saw this guy on the team sheet, I was thinking, shit. Every other Manchester United fan that looked at the team sheet before the game were thinking, shit, Ugarte is starting, and it turned out to be the case. So he wouldn't need to be moved on. Another guy that I don't think he's a bad player. Like, people say he's a street baller. He's got techers. He's good with the ball close. Like, he's good technically. But bro, I just don't think he's made for the Premier League. And that's Xerxes, right? Sometimes in life, some things are for you, some other things are not for you. And I think for Xerxes, the Premier League is not for him. I just don't think that. We've been waiting too long. He doesn't score goals. He can't run. And like, he's just a passenger. And to be fair to him, he's not played many games. And then my last guy, I'm still open to saying, give him another season because he's been ravaged by injuries. And we've seen glimpses of what he can do. And that's Mason Mount. I think he's actually got something there. He's good on the ball. He's got energy. He's got end product. But the only problem we've had with him is getting him on the pitch. And for me personally, I'm sick of carrying players. For me, if you're fit, you're in the squad. If you're going to be injured every time, every other game you're going to be injured, we need to think about moving you on. And that's the players that I think have been horrible, right? So let me know in the comments if I missed anyone, or you would add anyone to maybe the best player or the worst player this season. And for next season, what can I say? We have to get the transfers right. If we get the transfers right, I really think we can maybe push on. I'm not going to say we're going to win the Premier League, but if we get our transfers right in the summer, I genuinely think we could be challenging, because right now our squad is decent, but we need to add numbers because we've got more competitions next season. Everything's going to be harder, and we just need to get this transfer window right, because Casemiro's leaving. Some other players have already left the building, and we need players, because nowadays football is not about your starting 11, it's about your squad. Most teams need a bloated squad just to survive. So for me, next season, I'm going to say we're going to finish either third or second, but I would love a title challenge, right? So the final thing is, let me know, where do you think we're going to finish? Who was our best player of the season? And how do you think Michael Carrick will do next season? And come on, you Reds. We're back in the Champions League, baby. Let's go.